Welcome to True Guy Globe's short update. Please subscribe and tap the bell icon for notifications. This is the powerful but often forgotten story of a Holocaust survivor named David. His journey started in the ruins of Europe and led him all the way to the Philippines. It's a story of loss, survival, and unexpected kindness. David was a young Jewish boy from Poland. He lived a happy life with his family until the Nazis came. When the Holocaust began, he lost everything: his parents, his home, and his childhood. He survived because his father hid him, and a brave neighbor risked their life to protect him. After the war, David was all alone. While many countries refused to help Jewish refugees, the Philippines opened its doors. David traveled across the ocean to Manila. He arrived scared and unsure of what would happen. But in this strange new place, he found something amazing: people who cared. A Filipino family took him in, gave him food, a home, and love. They treated him as their own. Even though David was just a child and far from everything he once knew, he was welcomed with open arms. His story shows the kindness and strength of ordinary people. It reminds us that even during the worst times, there are those who choose to help. This is a true story about compassion, courage, and finding hope in the most unlikely places. David didn't just survive, he found a new life, a new family, and a future in the Philippines. Then something unexpected happened, a lifeline of hope. The Philippines, led by President Quezon, opened its doors to Jewish survivors. At a time when the world was still recovering from war and so many had closed their borders, this small country chose kindness. The journey to Manila was long and uncertain. David held tightly to an old photo of his parents, the only thing he had left from his past. As the ship neared Manila, he felt a mix of fear and hope. Would this new place be better than the one he left behind? Stepping off the ship, David was overwhelmed. The tropical heat, the smell of street food, and the busy streets full of jeepneys and noise, it all felt like stepping into another world. Lost and unsure, he clutched his photo and wandered the city. That's when a woman selling bananas noticed him. She couldn't speak his language, but her eyes were kind. She gently offered him a banana, showing it was safe by taking a bite herself. It was a small act, but to David, it meant everything. It was his first moment of comfort in a strange land. Soon, David was brought to a refugee shelter. Word spread about the quiet, lonely boy with sad eyes. One woman, Rosa, a widow with 2 kids of her own, heard about him. Though she had little, she felt called to help. She took David by the hand and brought him home. There were no forms to sign, no formal process. Just love. Just kindness. She gave him calamansi juice from a street vendor. It was sweet, sour, and unlike anything he had ever tasted. It made him smile, for the first time in what felt like forever. Slowly, David began to relax. He wasn't afraid all the time. Rosa's gentle care helped him feel something he hadn't felt in a long time: hope. Her home was small, a nipa hut far from anything he knew in Poland. Her children, Mateo and Lito, were curious but kind. The food was new: rice, fish, coconut milk instead of bread and potatoes. Rosa showed him how to eat with his hands, and slowly, it all started to feel normal. There was music too. Mateo played guitar, and neighbors came to sing. David didn't understand the words, but he felt the joy. The people around him shared what little they had. They even gave him a nickname, David. It made him feel seen. He wasn't just a refugee anymore. He was becoming part of a community, a family. For the first time in years, he was learning to be a child again. Then, a powerful typhoon hit their area. The wind and rain terrified David, bringing back painful memories. But Rosa held him close, keeping him and her children safe. Neighbors came to help, showing once again the strength of this tight-knit community. As the typhoon raged, neighbors worked together, boarding up windows and sharing what little food they had. In the middle of the chaos, David saw not just fear, but something powerful, the strength of a caring community. When the storm finally ended, people came out to help one another rebuild. Matteo brought David along to help an elderly neighbor. For the first time, David could give something back. That night, the whole neighborhood gathered for a shared meal. They had lost much, but still laughed and broke bread together. Surrounded by warmth, David felt something shift inside him. These people had given him love without asking for anything in return. Around a fire under the stars, he finally felt it. He was safe. He was home. Their love had become his shelter. David now carried two worlds within him, the memories of his parents in Poland and his new life in the Philippines. He often wondered, who was he really? The Jewish boy from Europe or David from the barrio? The answer came through the little things. Ailing Rosa always saved the crispiest piece of fish for him. Matteo stood up for him. Lito whispered her secrets to him. They treated him like family, and over time, he truly became part of theirs. When David got sick, Rosa stayed by his side through every fever and sleepless night. Her care wasn't bound by blood. It was the love of a true mother. That's when David understood. Home isn't just a place. It's where you are loved without question. Poland was where he was born. But in the Philippines, he was given a second chance. He realized he didn't have to choose between his two worlds. He could carry both in his heart. As he grew, the Philippines became a part of him. He learned Tagalog, played basketball in the streets, and wandered the markets like any other local. He loved Sinigang and Halo Halo. To anyone passing by, he looked like just another Filipino boy, even though his journey had started far away. David honored both his Jewish roots and his Filipino life. He worked hard in school and became known as Kuya David, the older brother, the dependable one. This past gave him empathy. His new life gave him purpose. Later, David made a big decision. He chose to become a Filipino citizen. Not because he was giving up his past, but because he wanted to show his love and loyalty to the country that saved him. With his family watching, he took his oath. The lost boy who arrived by ship was now fully, proudly Filipino. As an adult, David became a historian and writer. He told the world about his journey and about the kindness of the Filipino people. He spoke of President Quezon's open-door policy and the everyday heroes like Ailing Rosa who changed his life. He gave back to the community that raised him, caring for Rosa and her family, creating scholarships for kids in his old barrio, and blending cultures in his home, where a menorah stood beside a wooden Carabao carving. David's life is proof that kindness can heal even the deepest wounds. His story reminds us that no matter where we come from, we all share the same humanity. In a world often divided, his life stands as a message of unity and love. One act of compassion changed everything. David, the Jewish orphan from Poland, became a Filipino in heart, in spirit, and in legacy. His life is a gift, a bridge between worlds, and a shining example of what it means to be truly human.